So, landing over here on the Fallout article, welcome to the post-apocalyptic Wasteland. Fallout official trailer unveils vault doors opening. So, Prime Video's faithful adaptation, official Fallout trailer, released, promising dark humour and expansive world building. Prime Video unveils official trailer for the Fallout series, based on the beloved video game franchise from Bethesda. Scheduled to premiere in April, the trailer teases a mix of action, comedy and weirdness. So yeah, back when we first heard that Fallout, the TV series, was coming to Amazon, I was so excited. Having grown up playing the Fallout games, getting lost in that immersive world, the post-apocalyptic kind of wasteland, meeting all these kind of crazy characters, using all these crazy weapons as well that you find in the wasteland to achieve different objectives in your missions was so fun. And the fact that they're bringing this to a series is so great. I think a lot of people are very interested, but they just hope that the material is done justice, in the series. And we don't want to be disappointed because, the video game kind of curse has been ripe over the last few years, with Assassin's Creed and different video game franchises that have failed to meet expectations of the fans. But let's keep going and see what we can read into this new Fallout trailer. So, based on one of the greatest video game series of all time, Fallout is the story of haves and have-nots in a world in which there is almost nothing left to have. So 200 years after the apocalypse, the gentle denizens of luxury Fallout shelters are forced to return to the irradiated hellscape their ancestors left behind, and are shocked to discover an incredibly complex, gleefully weird, and highly violent universe waiting for them. Yeah, that part in the trailer where she comes out, of the vault, and then she meets people in the wasteland for the first time, and she's completely naive. She has no idea what's happened on the surface, with these ghouls and these different factions kind of fighting for supremacy and all the violent kind of nature of what's going on outside of the vault. That's set to be really fun, a kind of a fish out of water story, and I think that's going to be really humorous and really funny as well. So follow Vault Dweller Lucy, played by Ella Purnell, on her journey across the wasteland in the Fallout series, as she bravely rescues her father, witness her struggles to adapt to the harsh realities of the irradiated world above, alongside fellow Vault Dwellers. So, she is innocent and so naive and obviously very privileged as well. Actress Ella Purnell told us during a virtual press conference, when asked what intrigued her about the character, she said, quote, "It was exciting for me to start in that place. She's essentially a newborn baby. She hasn't had any real life experiences. All she knows is what she was taught and what she's read in books and that she has in her vault. It's limited, and then you put her in the wasteland and you know what happens? What happens with that? That's really exciting for me to start in." Like I said, that whole kind of fish out of water story where she has no idea what's happened in the wasteland while she's been down in the vault, kind of living a life of luxury. People on the surface have been fighting for their survival, forming these factions, kind of trying to survive in the best way they can, and she's all of a sudden kind of thrust into that world, and she has to kind of make her way through the wasteland, trying to survive, and she obviously bumps into Walter Goggins' ghoul character along the way, and it looks like he's going to be kind of teaching her how to survive in the wasteland, which I think is going to be super fun. So Ella's character is just the beginning. Get ready to meet a diverse cast of characters in the Fallout series, with 8 episodes packed with mystery and plot twists. Every character faces crossroads in the post-apocalyptic world. When it comes to something like this, the thing that's fun as well, people form factions and teams and stuff, but people are quick to kind of betray each other and, do all kinds of things, backstab each other, because at the end of the day, it's every man for himself. You have to do what you have to do to survive. So during the series, there could be a point where, our Vault Dweller is kind of betrayed by the ghoul, or maybe the ghoul was kind of up to a larger scheme. You never know at this point. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out, but that story is going to be very interesting. So meet the ghoul, portrayed by Walter Goggins, a mysterious character in the Fallout series. While Goggins couldn't attend the press conference, he shares insights about his role in a recorded message, adding a layer of intrigue into the enigmatic character. So, quote, "The ghoul is in some ways the poet Virgil in Dante's Inferno. He's the guide, if you will, through this irradiated hellscape that we find ourselves in the post-apocalyptic world. He is a bounty hunter, an iconic bounty hunter. He is pragmatic, he is ruthless, he has his own set of moral codes, and he has a wicked sense of humour. Much like me, no, he's a very complicated guy, and to understand him, you have to understand the person that he was before the war. He had a name, his name was Cooper Howard, and he had a vastly different person than the ghoul that you've seen so far. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see Walter Goggins' character before the bombs were dropped, before the nuclear wasteland, came about. What was he like? What was his family life like? What was he like as a person? And how did he change, after the nuclear apocalypse? And that's going to be really, really fun to see that kind of evolution of his character. So over the course of the show, through his experience back in the world before the nuclear fallout, you will understand how the world was, and he is the bridge between these both worlds, and I hope you enjoy. Like I said, seeing that evolution before the fallout to after the fallout of his character is going to be one of those central threads to the show, which I think is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see how that plays out. So the Fallout series premieres on April 11th, one day ahead of schedule on Prime Video. Directed by Jonathan Nolan and Kilter Films, the first 3 episodes kick off the season's thrilling journey. Executive producers, writers, and co-showrunners Geneva Robertson Dwart and Graham Wagner bring their creative vision to life. I believe that isn't the whole series dropping in one go? Instead of it playing week by week, I believe that they're dropping the entire Fallout series, the first season, in one go. Which is kind of worrying, because usually when that happens, that means the show's not that good. They don't believe it can sustain a week-to-week audience, so they just drop the show in its entirety. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it's one of those shows that you have to binge the entire show, like you would with the game. You sit down and just play it for hours on end. Maybe that's the best way to consume it. And they thought, let's drop all the episodes so that everybody can binge it, and that's the best way to enjoy it. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But yeah, guys, so that's kind of Fallout, and that's what's going on with the trailer and the season. And it looks amazing. A fish out of water story, as I've already said. But it's going to be humorous, it's going to be fun, it's going to be violent, everything that we want in the Fallout show. The VFX look insane, the characters look great, and I can't wait to see how this plays out. I really hope it doesn't disappoint us, because the beloved Fallout franchise, is right up there with the best games ever made. But guys, let's go on to our third and final subject of this video, where we're going to be talking about Seth Rogen creating a R-rated Venom animated movie, which is going to be awesome. With that down, we've come to the end of the video. But guys, if you enjoy my content, consider coming over to my channel, being a subscriber, and checking out my other videos. And with that, thank you so much. I will see you soon.